Wait, what just happened? The US Immigration and Customs Enforcement just declared that if you're an international student and your university has decided to go fully online for the fall, you need to get out of the US. They'll probably pack you in ships, airplanes, throw you over the wall maybe. What is happening? So let's really break this down. The two main rules that came out of this say, first, if you're an international student and you're currently studying in a US university and your university has decided to go online, remember we're living in a pandemic, you need to get out of the US. Or wait, they gave us another suggestion. You could switch to another university that has in-person classes. Sounds fun, right? Just switch one university to another, no big deal. Second, if you're starting university, they're just not going to give you a visa. So what does this really mean? Let's break this down to analyze it. First, let's look at it from the perspective of students. There are over 1 million international students in the US, many of whom leave behind entire lives, families, and move with immense financial, mental, and emotional burden to the United States, hoping to build their lives there. Many come from areas of conflict where they cannot return anymore. Just completely forgot about them, right? Let's look on the economic front. How does this impact the US? 1 million international students, we know, lead to over $45 billion in annual revenue. So if international students are contributing that much to the US economy, why would you kick them out? Doesn't make much sense. And these are US universities. They contribute to the US economy, they pay US staff, US citizens, US taxes. So really, you're just harming your own economy. Let's look on the second front of international relations. What happens? Let's think about it. Now, if you're a country like India and have hundreds of thousands of your children studying in the US who are now stranded, emotionally, mentally exhausted, don't know where to go, what to do, you're going to be pretty pissed with the government. Now, you've spent decades building these relationships, nurturing them, so that when the time comes, the government will support your citizens, take care of them. But looks like the opposite is happening here. You're bound to be upset. So eventually, the US is also harming its international relations with major countries in the world. Okay, what about health? Once again, second reminder, we are living through a pandemic. So the US is actually leading with coronavirus cases, over 3 million cases. And then you want universities to reopen so that international students can stay, to make for another bigger health disaster? What's going on? Now think about it. We say students are not in the vulnerable population. Mostly true. But what about professors, staff, administration, communities around colleges where people are in the vulnerable population? Do we just forget that they are affected by these rules too? I guess we do. Finally, let's look at what happens on the political front. This is where things start to make sense. President Trump has made it abundantly clear that he wants the country to reopen. He wants schools to reopen. In fact, he tweeted just recently saying schools must open in the fall, all in caps lock. He seemed pretty pissed, to be honest. I guess he's just thinking of COVID as a tiny little inconsequential virus. Why do we need to worry about it? Let's just move on with our lives, right? Sounds off. But then he also tweeted, corrupt Joe Biden and the Democrats don't want to open schools in the fall for political reasons, not health reasons. They think it will help them in November. Wrong. The people get it. Well, the US has elections in November, presidential elections. So, of course, now it starts making sense. This is all a political ploy. President Trump wants to reopen the country. Colleges are a big part of that. Schools are a big part of that. So he has to compel them into opening. And this, of course, is a big way to do that. And now, international students are just pawns on this chessboard, it seems. Collateral damage, they say. Now let's get real. How do we help? There are many ways, and here are just a few suggestions. First, if you're a university student in the United States, Please take a few moments to write to your administration, join in the student movement, and really push them to make sure that international students are safe and have a way to stay back. Second, if you're a US citizen, call your representatives, local government, senators, and keep asking them to push the agenda on the Hill that this cannot happen. This is unfair and you will not stand by it. Third, offer emotional support. Like I said, there are many people who've left behind their lives and are now under immense mental and emotional stress. Offer them your support and let them know that you will be there to help them through this journey. Your small steps could go a long way in helping.